what's up with the lighting? So I feel like there's too much to say to make a text post. And oh right, Sarah inspired Chadwick. Anyways, yeah, so I'm making this video. So I'm just gonna start off. So basically, Kirsten came over right after school, aka Playboy West, and so she came over right after school, and I like had a little mini meltdown, and I was like walking around upstairs like, what am I gonna wear? What am I gonna wear? And she's like, Sarah, you look fine. Just go with what you're wearing, which was black high-waisted jeans, a sheer blue blouse, and a jean jacket. And so I was like, okay, fine, I'll go with that. Okay, like just whatever. And so that was what I ended up going with. And so we were driving there, and I was like getting things together. So we left the house kind of late because I'm like the most disorganized person on this earth. And so we got to University Mall, and we were like slowly driving around in like stealth mode, and we were like, let's see, do we see them yet? Like, are they out here? And after a while we figured out that chances are they're probably already inside the venue, so no, they are in fact not out here. And so then we were driving to the parking lots, and we saw their tour buses, and so we were like, okay, tour buses. So like Kirsten put the car in reverse, and we went like back towards the tour buses, and we took like creeper shots of them. We're like, oh my god, we found where they're gonna be. And then so we're driving around, and then we found the other tour buses, which was where Selena was parked, and we're like, and Kirsten had a handicap spot, thank God. So we parked in the handicap spot, and then we were walking around for a little bit before we went to where the VIP was supposed to be. And so we were walking around, and we saw Selena walk into the venue, and all these girls were like, Selena, hi! And she's so pretty, but we didn't really realize what was going on until she already walked in, and we're like, oops, maybe we shouldn't be like, oh my god, we saw Selena. So, we didn't do that. And then, so then we got there, and we were talking to Kirsten's friends, and one of them was wearing a, I think it was Namaste sweatshirt that, Julia and Katie made. And I was like, oh, you know the girl? I was like, Julie Designs, right? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I know the girls that made your shirt. And so when later on when Katie got there, we introduced them, and that was like really cool for that girl because she was really excited. And I thought that was like cool for Katie and Julia too, because it's like someone's wearing your stuff. That's so cool. Okay, so then Skylar got there and Sneha got there after. We were waiting in line and we were talking, and so then we so I'll just explain what the meet and greet is like real quick. So it's different if you've done a meet and greet before, because you have like slightly like maybe like 10 seconds longer than normal, like initially when you first meet them. And it's kind of like you get to hug all them. Like I got to hug all them last time. It was like at the end you got to hug them, but this time in the beginning you got to hug them. Yeah, so that was really cool because I like really, really good hugs, and I love hugs. Hugs are the universal language of love, in my opinion. That sounds really weird, but that's how I think of hugs. So we got to hug them, and yeah, so anyway, so we went up, and I hugged like each and every one of them. Was like, how are you today? I'm like, I'm so good, and he just like laughed at me, and then I hugged Keaton, and Keaton has some like really nice scruff going. So yeah, there was that, and then so then Kirsten and I we didn't realize what was going on with the VIP, so we bought 2 packages. So we got 2 pictures because we bought them to like separate-ish, but with the same debit card, and we each already like taken a picture with them by ourselves. So we're like, why not just get double the picture? So you know, like we paid $100, why not? So we did that instead, and so in the first one I'm standing between Drew and Wes, and in the second one I'm standing between Keaton and Wes. And I'm pretty sure Drew gave me bunny ears. And when I walked over to Keaton, I was like, hi. He's like, hi. And then when we were walking away, they gave you like this little like emblem3 bag. It's actually, yeah, it's not anywhere near me. Otherwise I'd be like, it's right here, look what I have. But I don't really feel like editing this video, so I'm just kind of talking like straight through it. And yeah, so it's gonna be like really long and rambling if it's already not. Oh look, it's already 4 minutes and 30 seconds long. Sorry guys. So So then I was like, I got a bag, I got a bag, like being stupid me. And Keaton like jumped up and down. He's like, yeah. And then I was like, oh my god, did that really just happen? Like, did he really just like fangirl with me over getting a bag? And so then they like send you off to stand over to some like corner. And so you stand over in that like corner area or whatever. And then you wait and they call you out. And so of course there's the DMV emblems and I, and we all like were called out together. And so we all went together, but they like made our group bigger. And I planned to do Wes. I was gonna tell Wes, I was like, you have the most beautiful smile. I was gonna ask Keaton if I could wear his hat and a selfie with him and tell him I love him. And then I was gonna go to Drew and tell him that he saved my life. And here is the part where I'm going to cry. Because I have refused to talk about it all day because it's such an emotional topic for me. Because I'm not a very open person. So telling someone this was kind of like, oh my god. So yeah. So anyway, we were able to, so they called time. And I decided, you know, I need to talk to Drew. Like, this is going to be the only chance I have. So I kind of pushed past, and I was like, we need to take a selfie because if we don't take a selfie now, I'm going to forget. And I could have asked for an autograph, but because I had, like, Sharpies with them, but I forgot to. So, which is perfectly fine. And so we took a selfie, and I said, Drew, I really need to tell you something. He's like, okay, shoot. And I was like, this last year has been really, really, really hard for me. And I've gone through, like, depression, I have anxiety, and I almost took my own life, and it's just been a really hard time, but because of you, I'm alive, and because of you, like, you and your words, and your song lyrics, and your message, and, like, just everything about you has given me the strength to live. And I pulled away, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna cry. And I started crying, and he pulled me in, and he's like, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay. And then security was like, hurry it up, and he's like, he like put his arm out, like, no, let her finish. And I was like, you basically inspired me to be a better person, and I'm sorry, and to keep going. And you mean so much to me. And thank you so much, because without you, I wouldn't be here right now. And he gave me another hug, and he's like, thank you so much, that means so much to hear. And he had, like, the biggest smile on his face. And then, they were pushing us away, so I said bye, and I gave him another hug. And then Keaton was like, I'm so sorry, but you gotta go. And by that time, I was, like, bawling, I had, like, tears, like, running down my face. I was like, oh my god, he's probably gonna think I'm crying, because it's like, oh no, I'm leaving emblem3, or oh my god, I'm beating emblem3, I'm an hysteric fangirl. But that's not it, it's so much more than that. And so, like, he's like, why are you crying? I'm like, no, it's okay, like, I'm gonna be okay. He looked over to Drew, like, is she crying? Like, the reason I think she's crying, like, did she, like, his look was like, did she just tell you that you saved her life or something? And Drew, like, nodded his head. And he, like, hugged me, and he's like, you're gonna be okay. Like, I promise you're gonna be okay. And I was like, I love you so much. And then I walked away, and I wish I could have told Wes something or given Wes a better hug. But I couldn't, and I'm really upset about that. But, oh my god, I finally got to tell the person that saved my life that he saved my life. Like, oh my god. Oh my god, and even, like, Priscilla and I used to talk about this, like, this is all I've ever wanted. I've just wanted to be like, you saved my life. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now, and I got to tell him that. And as soon as I told us we were gonna have, like, this 5-minute whatever chat thing with him, I was like, my heart, like, dropped, like, I got so nervous, like, I started to shake. I was like, oh my god, like, what am I gonna tell him, what am I gonna do, like, oh my god. And so, like, I'm just, I finally got to tell him that, and that it's just the best day of my life. And that selfie, like, I'm about to cry next. I knew it was coming. I knew I was gonna cry. And then I was, like, talking to these girls after, and they're like, why are you crying? I'm like, no, like, it's okay, like, and I explained it to them, and I called a few of you, and I told a few of you what happened. But yeah, and so this is a concert experience. Oh yeah, and then they performed, and it was really, really good. And it was literally the best night of my life. Like, I'm actually, like, part of my college essays on it, on a side note. And basically the college essays describe a time or place you've been content with, and my whole essay is about how it's not a time or place I've been content with, but it's a mindset. And in that mindset is, I'm not mentioning Team Inspire specifically, but I'm mentioning how music saves lives, and how it put me in the mindset and I'm mentioning how basically like Ed Sheeran's music was the first music that was able to reach me on like a deep personal level, and then emblem3 and like all these other artists came after that. But now I have to go back through my essay and edit it and say that I met Drew and I was able to tell him that, because that's like a really big part of it, and I'm just, oh my god, did this really happen? Oh my god, like that's, oh my god, can I just relive last night? Like, I wish someone got it on film so I could watch myself talking to him again and again and again and again. Oh my god.